Guys, do not go anywhere. I'm telling you, backstage is lit. I've just had some of the funniest conversations I've ever had backstage. I do these events a lot. Oh my God, it is rolling back there. Stay put. Our next speaker, Joe Dan Gorman, is an absolute hysterical dude. I'm telling you, this guy is the most funny. He says he has the funniest conservative Christian show anywhere on the internet. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. It's an awesome show called Intellectual Frog Legs. Here's the awesome thing. He writes, produces, and films and hosts his own show, but he's a great conservative success story. Joe Dan Gorman was homeless 10 years ago. Homeless. And he had the inspiration lightning bolt right to the head, and because he lives in America, he's able to make something great of himself and now has a fantastic show and is here today for you all. Please welcome to the stage, Joe Dan Gorman.
Just jump in where you can and hang on. Come on, come on.
Is everybody ready? I wanna be like the Donald Trump. 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 Well, I could fly around in my own jet plane, have a big tall building that shouts my name, tell my stylist to give me that hair, and know what it's like to be a billionaire. I get politics right out the door, cause we're not gonna take it anymore. Get my picture on the cover of Time, and everybody else just waiting in line. I wanna be like the Donald Trump. I wanna be like the Donald Trump. I wanna be like.
Hi, everybody. This is Chuck Woolery. You know, I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, but a slap fight broke out on my lawn between Wink Martindale and Pat Sajak. And while they didn't actually hit each other, there were some perfectly enunciated insults. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to my friend Joe Dan Gorman and his awesome show, Intellectual Frog Legs, the most fun and best kept secret on the internet. Now, the show is fast-paced, it's chaotic, but it's also an extremely well-organized, cutting-edge production every single time. Intellectual Frog Legs is pro-God, pro-American, pro-Trump, wrapped in the best classic American music on the planet. So before Joe Dan comes out for your viewing and listening pleasure, please enjoy this sample of Intellectual Frog Legs. Oh, let me close by stealing a phrase from Joe Dan. Welcome to Intellectual Frog Legs.
It's Intellectual Frog Legs.
This is CNN.
I'm not sure what you're saying the media got wrong.
Mexican Americans love education, so they go to night school and they take Spanish and get a B. Yeah, leave that in.
Are they okay? They're okay? She just fainted. You know what? That means she was excited. Those are my best fans. The ones that faint, I love the most.
Things are going great, and they're only getting better. I'm doing all right, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. I gotta wear shades.
We're not going to sit here and listen to you bad-mouth the United States of America. Gentlemen!
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack, and
My name is Katie Hopkins, and you're watching Intellectual Frog Legs.
If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears.
If I had $1 for every time socialism worked, I'd be broke. And ironically, if socialism did work, I would still be broke. Thank God for capitalism. You know what? I never thought I'd see the day where we'd have a true Captain Capitalism as President of the United States putting on a clinic in economics. Trump is killing it because he's showing that capitalism is colorblind and you create your own equality. You know, regardless, it's not income inequality, it's effort inequality. This is capitalism. This is your wallet on capitalism.
Oh, fireworks, lovely.
Globalists from around the planet are shaking in their boots because they see that their citizens see Trump's American economy just absolutely on fire. They want some of that capitalism too. Capitalism, baby.
Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.
Won't back down. No, I won't back down.
But America's cheering Trump for taking on these government-run inner-city hellholes. So you clean up these cities, make it attractive for industry, and give these people jobs they can be proud of, and then they won't need the Democrats. That's what has the Democrats terrified. They know if Trump fixes it, it's doomsday for them. Oh, hi, I'm voting Democrat because I like to poop on crowded city streets. Hey, Jim.
Stop!
Now remember Trump's MO, his modus operandi. He always hits back twice as hard as he gets hit. See, like as we've said before, you hit Trump with a rock, he's gonna hit you with a Buick. And maybe I'm not that smart, but I'm not as dumb as Wolf Blitzer.
Wolf. What is fettuccine? No. Wolf. What is Jerusalem?
No. Wolf.
What is a defender?
No. Wolf.
Annotated?
No. Wolf.
What is a crash?
No. Wolf, things have not worked out as well as you had hoped for.
This is A.F. Franco, and you're watching Intellectual Frog Legs.
Hey guys, how you doing? I've got some new toys here. First, I'm slightly out of my comfort zone, so I'm gonna do an impression of a deer in headlights. Just for a second. I'm trying to learn this thing. Push that. There we go. You know, well, they told me, you know, when you speak in front of a crowd, this is only the second time I've been in front of a live crowd. They said, picture everybody naked. And I'm gonna tell you, some of y'all's asses need to go to the gym. Y'all look as bad as me. Anyway, first I wanna thank Alex and Katya and Tom. Alex is one of the most unselfish people on the planet and a patriot. And yeah. Anyway, my name is Jodan Gorman. Of course, I'm from the South, and I have two first names. My friends call me Jodan, but y'all can call me Mr. Gorman. And, but being from Hazard, Kentucky, that's where I grew up. I live in Nashville now, but that would explain your all's hideous accents, you know. And anyway, Intellectual Frog Legs, it's lowbrow, it's high quality, lowbrow humor for deplorables with discriminating tastes. But one thing about Frog Legs is that it might be loud sometimes, and sometimes it may be subtle, but we're always pro-God. Because I am here because of God. Absolutely. As the guy mentioned, I was homeless. So for 6 years, I lived in a basement in Kansas City. And that's where I created Frog Legs. And anyway, it's just been an amazing upward trajectory. I've been kicked off everything. I've been kicked off, booted off YouTube and Facebook, everything. They don't love me. I don't know why. How could they not love me? So where are you from? Florida, my hometown. Anyway, let's see what we got here. I've got cheat notes up here on the floor, or I just wouldn't have anything to say. Oh, and I understand we have some people here from California. Welcome to the United States. Welcome to America. We're glad to have you. You know, one of the things here, if you look at what's going on, if it weren't for California and New York, we'd be fine. I mean, look at, you got Pelosi and Schumer and Nadler and all these nuts in California and New York. They've destroyed their states, and now they want to do it to us, and we ain't going to let it. Because we're getting ready to kick their ass. We're going to kick their ass. And you know what they've done now with this secret impeachment crap? Really? Come on. It's the same thing when Nancy Pelosi said, we'll tell you what's in the bill when we pass it. Well, you know what? That's what fired up the Tea Party. And we were all together in this Tea Party. How many of y'all were in the Tea Party? And we ain't gonna take his crap. And little did we know the T stood for Trump. And you know, when the Tea Party started, we didn't have a leader. There was no single entity telling us which direction to go. It was the Constitution and our love for America. And now we're going to test their ass. We're going to see if they love their socialism as much as we love America. And I don't think they do. Hell no. So anyway, as an ambassador of free speech, I forgot why I was here for a second. It's all about media. And I'm telling you, and I love my conservative brothers and sisters. I've never held a microphone. This is a little awkward for me. Whoa. Brain fart. No, but we need the media. And the conservatives, we're geniuses on the economy and on security. But we're the biggest dumbasses in the world when it comes to the media. I mean, seriously, how many conservative shows don't have somebody sitting in front of a microphone? That's radio. I'm sorry. You might have a camera on it, but we need entertainment programming. We need programming that is going to affect our culture. You know, because, kids aren't sitting around saying, ooh, Mom, can I get my hair cut like Brit Hume? And by the way, one of these days I hope to be the Brit Hume of comedy. shoot for the trees. Let's see. I'm confused. They said I had to speak longer than shorter, and then longer and shorter. I'm not even sure how long I'm supposed to be here now, so I'm just gonna keep rolling. But you know, this Trump Hotel. See, I'm not used to this. I'm a hillbilly, you know, but I'm a Renaissance hillbilly. But be that as it may, you know, I tossed and turned last night here at my first night at Trump Hotel. They only give you 9 pillows. Cheap ass, I don't know what the hell's going on. But tomorrow they're having some, what is it, a yacht party. Good thing I brought my yachting overalls, you know. But I want to get one of those, I want to get those hats like Judge Smalls used to wear in Caddyshack, you know. One of the captain's hat, the Thurston Howell III hat, you know. Anyway. Talking about the media saying how conservatives, we're just idiots on the media. It's like, we hate the media. It's so evil. But watch me on CNN. And you know, I love Kellyanne Conway. It's Kellyanne awesome. Why do they send her to CNN? Why? Good grief. Are we stupid? They're not going to give us a break. And then you look at the numbers, even on a good night on cable news, the best night they have maybe, 5 million people watching? That's 320 million not watching. I'm just saying. Do the math. And then you look at, what was it, last year, cable news lost 33 million subscribers. 33, you lose 33 million or something, you're doing something bad wrong. I'll tell you, you might want to do something else. But people are hungry for decency. Like on Intellectual Frog Legs, I don't drop F-bombs, I don't get vile, I don't get ugly, there's no hatred, which of course is why I get banned on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and my channel was completely deleted off Vimeo. But you know, this is what conservatives, we have to get some media and we have to focus. And so I'm hoping that maybe we can network and get some people together and put together some products, because I could take Terrence Williams and several of these other people, Terrence rocks, and I could put together a crew that would kick Saturday Night Live's ass. And that's what I tell you. We could do it. But we can't do it on $1.25 in my little studio. I got a little computer and a little you know, things and stuff and electrical stuff. It's kind of cool. Anyway, let's see what else we got. We can talk. And they said, don't say anything about Fox News. You'll piss people off. Okay. One of our biggest disappointments right now, and one of the toughest times we have, is Fox News betraying us. Now, in addition to Shemp Smith, you got Neil Menudo, and it's anyway. We're not going to beat them up too bad, but we still love Tucker, we still love Laura, and we still love Hannity. But you know what? Their days are numbered. If they fired Bill O'Reilly, ain't nobody's ass safe over there. I'm gonna tell you. And so I've been watching a little One America News. Anybody watch One America News? Yeah. So anyway, that's what we have to do. Is I think I got to wrap this thing up. I could get rolling. I have a talking problem. Anyway, I want to introduce the next guy. I think it's time, if I can go here. Oh, by the way, does Lou Dobbs rock or what? See, I like Lou Dobbs because he does not suffer fools. He doesn't bring on that Chris Hahn nut who sleeps in the green room at Fox News and comes out for the liberal talking points. Lou doesn't put up with that stuff. So But anyway, I want to introduce my friend. Hang on, let me see. What's your name? My good friend. No, I want to introduce Evan Sayet. Evan Sayet is one of the top political comedians, and he has been for years. He's been one of the early conservative voices out of Hollywood. He actually worked with Breitbart. Yeah. And he's written 2 speeches for Donald Trump. Rush Limbaugh calls him brilliant. And I'm just kidding. I call him my friend. Evan Sayet, where the hell are you?
Hey everyone, I'm Evan.
You've grown.
We had a real quick swap season schedules, okay? Don't you worry.
Never mind.
Don't you worry, we're keeping them. We're keeping them. And this was awesome, right? This is hilarious. These videos, hysterical. Evan's still coming, don't you worry about it.
So I gotta keep talking?
No.
Good.
Actually, I get the chance to introduce someone who needs absolutely no introduction. No introduction at all. You wanna know why? Because this is President Trump's favorite comedian on the internet. You've definitely seen him, but if you haven't seen this, you're gonna wanna watch. Roll the tape.
A man who I met on Twitter, or as we would say, social media. He is some piece of work, this guy. He was hitting Deborah Messing like she never got hit before. This crazy Deborah Messing started messing with us. And all of a sudden I see this man on Twitter, and I see him all over, and he was hitting her, and I never saw anything like it. I felt so sorry for her. And then I look and I say, who is this guy? His name's Terrence Williams. I look. And I look and I said, well, you know, the way you look, and the first thing I look is how many followers does he have? And he had like 700,000 followers. I said, whoa. You know, oftentimes I'll be impressed by somebody, I'll look and they have 3 followers. I say, we have to wait for him or her. But this guy has a following like very few people, and I want to just thank you, because I'm a fan of yours also. You're a very successful guy. Say a few words, please.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you. Yeah, this is a little too tall for me. First of all, I just want to say I love President Donald J. Trump. The media is attacking him, but when they attack him, they are attacking us. Because he is out here fighting for us. And they are harassing you, Mr. President, so they are harassing me. And I want to say one more thing here. A while back, President Trump said, when he was talking to the black community, if you vote for me, what do you have to lose? Because the do-nothing Democrats have done nothing for the black community. 2020 is around the corner, and we have a lot to lose now because President Donald J. Trump has done so much for the black community. Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He is something, and he's a talented guy. And when he started talking, I watched it once, I watched it twice, and then I called the First Lady over. I said, what do you think of this guy?
Maybe you can be more intense than we're not made. And hopefully you won't find all of the reasons why his love didn't count. And why we couldn't work it out. He was man enough of me.
Hey! How y'all doing tonight? Woo, y'all looking good. Everybody looking good. Are y'all enjoying Trump's hotel? Oh, I love President Donald J. Trump. But I'm trying to figure out why the steak costs the same as my room. I see why President Trump is a billionaire. I I checked in. I said, I gave I gave them my debit card. They said, we're going to hold a security deposit for $600. I said, how am I going to get back home? When I'm going to get my $600 back? About 14 days? Well, I'm going to be out here for 14 days then. I love President Donald J. Trump. But as y'all seen, I was just at the White House. And it's quite a blessing because back in February, I was involved in a car wreck on my way to the White House. My Lyft driver ran into the back of somebody, and I broke my neck, and I fractured my C4 through my C6, and I had a double-level metal fusion. So I never made it to the White House. And so I was in a neck brace for about 4 months, and I never thought I was going to make it back to the White House, but you saw it. I was back at the White House. And another reason why I'm so happy and it's just unbelievable that I made it to the White House because I grew up in foster care. I've been from foster house to foster house, about 10 different foster homes. So I never in my life thought I would be at the White House. That is why America is great. And that's why I walked away from the Democratic Party. I had to go. And I'm not going back. They trying to ban fried chicken. So you know I am not going back to that party. They have but listen, I didn't just walk away, okay? They dangerous. So you gotta sneak away. So I snuck away in the middle of the night. I got up in the middle of the night. I started crawling. Then I got on my tippy toes. It was a hardwood floor. So I had to take off my shoes. And then I ran away. And they caught me, so I fell down like a white girl in a scary movie. They was coming for that vote. You not getting my vote, baby. Oh, Lord. AOC, crazy woman. We're not even going to get started on Eat the Babies. We're not going to get started on that, okay? Not at all. But what's with all this impeachment stuff? Why are they trying to impeach this president? You cannot impeach somebody for doing a good job. That's like kicking somebody out of school for making all A's. Look at you doing so great. Get out of this. You got to go. You got to, like, seriously, that is just unbelievable. You know, they say I got 15 minutes, but what they gonna do? Drag a black man off stage? So I'm gonna be here for a while. I wish they would. Nah, but I found out this morning that I'm an uncle. Everybody on Twitter's been calling me an Uncle Tom. So I was like, dang, look, about 1,000 people send me a message, you Uncle Tom. And I feel so honored that they look at me as an uncle. No, but it's been so hard ever since I have came out as a conservative. Friends have cut me off. Family has cut me off. You know, Terrence, you kicked out of the black community. I'm like, kicked out the black community? Well, what that mean? What is the disadvantage? Because I never knew what the benefit was. That's all I'm saying. And half of them owe me money. Don't try to use Trump as an excuse not to pay me back. I'm kicked out the black community. Whatever. I'm part of the American community. How about that? How about that? How about that? sick of people calling Trump a racist. If he is a racist, why he let me in the White House? Matter of fact, how many of y'all been to the White House? Raise your hand. How many? Oh, that's not all. How many of y'all shook President Trump's hand? Y'all shook his hand? Well, it's not a lot of y'all, so I guess I got black privilege. Ha ha. Yeah, But yeah, they call this man a racist because he want to build a wall. You know what? Building a wall is not racist. We just want people to come over here the right way. You knock at the door, I'll be there to say hello. What you need, what you want. You want to come over? Okay, come on in, but it's a process. You know, you just can't just run up in this country. But I want him to build that wall so tall. Build that wall. Build that wall. That wall. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build. All right. Now, y'all, this is being videoed, so y'all gonna be called, y'all white folks, y'all know y'all can't be chanting that. I'm only allowed to say that, okay? No, but listen. When he built this wall, he needs to build it beautiful. I mean, he needs to put flowers around the wall, put some ivy on the wall, some poison ivy. So we see anybody itching. Jose, did you climb that wall? They need to put a lock. They need to put a lock on the calamine lotion at Walmart. Nah, but they talking about he got kids in cages. These kids ain't in no dang cages. I seen the video. Now, Obama had them kids in cages. Oh, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that, but I know those kids not in cages. I went to Walmart in South Miami. They all at Walmart right now. I ain't lied to you. Let me tell you, the illegals are different from the legal ones, okay? Now, I went to go wash my clothes the other day because I can't afford to wash them here. I'm just saying, we know those prices. So I just Googled any laundromat, you know? So I went to a laundromat. Do y'all know they were throwing a birthday party at the dang laundromat? I said, what in the world? They was riding the machines. Oh, Lord. Y'all don't put this on YouTube. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble. Before I say anything else, y'all, I just want to say we need to keep America great. 2020 is around the corner, and Trump will be reelected. Trump 2020, here we come. Y'all have a great night.
Wow, I got two mics. Look at this. Very dangerous. Dueling pianos. All right, our last comedian of the night is named Evan Sayet. Evan, when it comes to both politics and entertainment, Evan has done it all. He's a best-selling author, popular columnist, legendary speaker, campaign consultant, presidential speechwriter, and political comedian. His latest effort, Apocalypse Now, Evan is also a best-selling author. He's written children's book on environmental hysteria, and I'm telling you, he is himself hysterical. And he also got 2 introductions tonight, which is pretty great. I mean, listen, the first guy tonight to get 2 introductions. What a great comedy night. Let's bring it home with Evan Sayet.
That's the idea, and Ricky Rebel knows what he's standing for, because Ricky Rebel and I,
We fight the fight in California, in the entertainment capital of the world, and we are going to take back the entertainment capital of the world, starting right here, right now, tonight. Let me tell you, in the introduction, you heard that I do a great many things. I have given the speech to the Heritage Foundation, which is the single most viewed lecture in their entire history. Andrew Breitbart called it one of the 5 most important conservative speeches ever given. I've written 2 speeches for President Trump. I was a top advisor to Ted Cruz's presidential and senatorial campaign. I've written the book, The Kindergarten of Eden, How the Modern Liberal Thinks, and my new book, Apocalypse Now. And I'm also a conservative political comedian. And I don't get to do the comedy as often as I like to. That was my pedigree. That's how I started out, and I loved my job. I loved my job when I was a touring comedian. And it's a very odd job to be a touring comedian. First of all, it's the only job in the world where your clients are ordered to have at least 2 drinks. This is why there are so many bad stand-up comedians. Look, there'd be more bad cars sold in America before every test drive you had to have 2 drinks. I know that it's happened to me. I have sat in comedy clubs, and I've watched a comedian, and I'd go, well, she's not very good. And then I'd have a drink, and I'd go, you know what, she's not bad. And by the second drink, I'd go, you know, Sarah Silverman is great. And by my 4th drink, I'd say, and cute, too. It's not that the liberal comedians are so bad. It's that they're bad and they're arrogant. I don't begrudge them being bad. They have every right to be bad, and God bless them if they can make a living being bad at their jobs. But they're arrogant. Jimmy Kimmel, who I helped bring to television when I was on the other side of things, and I apologize, but I was the original writer of a TV show called Win Ben Stein's Money. And Jimmy Kimmel was asked, why is it that every late-night talk show host is a liberal? And he said, well, because it takes a certain degree of intellect to do this job. No, it doesn't. It takes 15 writers and a staff of 40 people to do 15 minutes of monologue and then interview Katy Perry. How smart do you have to be to agree with Katy Perry? The real reason every late-night talk show host is a liberal is because it's late night. People with jobs are asleep. The only people watching late-night television are 27-year-old, what do they call them, hot chocolate boys. What do they call them? Right, on their mother's couch. There are 2 kinds of people who watch late-night television. Leftists who don't have a job, or Republicans who have a job but they have insomnia. And they are desperate for something to put them to sleep. All right, I argue, and I only got limited time tonight. Somehow this all got truncated, and it fell on me to keep it short. So I have a problem here. If I am right, if the liberal is as stupid as I believe him to be, and I feel so bad calling people stupid, but the truth is they think we're stupid. And I know why they think we're stupid. It's because they're stupid. But if the liberal is as stupid as I believe him to be, then how does the liberal keep reaching the tops of his professions? All right, whatever it is I believe about Nancy Pelosi, the woman is nothing less than the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives. Whatever it is I believe about Henry Gates, the man is a tenured professor at Harvard University. Whatever it is I believe about Fredo Cuomo. And by the way, that is not a slur against the Italians, because the proof of the pudding is if there's a stupid brother, there's a smart brother. It's not a slur against the Italians, it's a slur against Cuomo, Christopher Cuomo. But how did this man get a job on CNN television? Whatever it is I think
of Robert De Niro, the man's an Academy Award-winning actor. If I am right, if the liberal is as stupid as I believe him to be, how do they keep rising to the tops of their professions? And then it dawned on me. Liberals rise to the tops of their professions because they enter only those professions where you don't ever actually do anything. Every profession that we associate with liberalism, academia, journalism, entertainment, politics, every one of them is all talk, but no action. And the thing is, when you don't do anything, you don't need to know what you're talking about. Because when you don't do anything, what can go wrong? So the liberal flocks to academia. Why? Because the academic doesn't do anything. It is so obvious that the academic doesn't do anything. Don't get mad at me for this. This is an old expression. If they could, they would, but they can't. So they teach. It is so obvious that the academic doesn't do anything that the very name of his profession, academia, is a synonym for not doing anything. As in, it's all academic anyway. Let's go do something. The job of the academic is for somebody who doesn't do anything to lecture to children who are yet to have done anything about the people who do things and did things and the things that they did and they do. The liberal flocks to journalism. Why? Because the journalist doesn't do anything. It is so obvious that the journalist doesn't do anything that you could remove their bodies and they would still be able to do their jobs, which is why they're called talking heads. The job of the journalist is for somebody who doesn't do anything to report to the people who do things. The things that the other people who do things did while they were out doing things. Why do you think the news was always on at 6 o'clock? Because that's when the people who do things came back from doing those things. The liberal flocks to politics. Why? To government. Why? The government doesn't do anything. It is so obvious that the government doesn't do anything that if somehow you could shut down the government for an entire month, nobody would notice. The job of the government is for people like Barack Obama who have never done anything to order the people who do everything to stop doing anything the way that they do those things. The irony is that if the people who do everything don't listen to the people who've never done anything, then the people who've never done anything will put the people who do everything in jail, where they won't be able to do anything, but where they will meet another Democratic Party constituency. And of course, the liberal flocks first and foremost to my industry, showbiz. Why? Because in showbiz, we don't do anything. The job of the actor is to pretend to be doing the things. The job of the actor is to pretend to be doing the things that the people who do things do. So that when the people who do things finish doing those things, they can go to a movie because it's something to do. The actor is all talk, but no action, which is interesting because in order to get the actor to start talking, the director yells action. But the second there's any action, the director yells cut. They send the actor to his trailer to talk with his friends, and they bring in the stuntman. Now, virtually every actor in Hollywood is just, every stuntman in Hollywood is a conservative. Why? Because the stuntman can do what the actor's only pretending to know how to do. Now, you know that showbiz is a liberal profession because it's the only profession where they have reviewers. See, when you do things, you don't need a reviewer. If you're a plumber, is he a good plumber? I don't know. Did the water run? You don't need somebody to send, no, but that's his homage to the dryness of the soul. Is he a good pilot? I don't know. Did the airplane land? But when you don't do anything, then you need somebody else who doesn't do anything to tell the people who do everything whether he didn't do anything well. And have pity on the reviewer. I do have pity on the reviewer. It's got to be the worst job in all of human history. Imagine how the reviewer feels night after night, day after day. He goes out and he sees these people not doing anything on the giant screen, making tons of money, knowing all the while that not long ago, he too aspired to do nothing, but he just wasn't good enough. Now, of all the people who don't do anything, it is almost universally recognized that the smartest is the stand-up comedian. Our genius is found in the fact that not only don't we do anything, but we do it next to no time. While the actor has to go through makeup and rehearsals, while the singer has to rehearse with the band, I will be up here exactly 20 minutes, and I get to go home and have some drinks. In fact, as my friend Rich Voss said, it's the only job in the world where you say to your friends, I got to go to work. I'll be right back. But clearly there are some comedians who are better than others. And one of my favorites is a guy named Jerry Seinfeld. You guys obviously would know who Jerry Seinfeld is. I think Seinfeld's terrific. And because he's terrific, the networks gave him $1 million an episode and said, do us a favor, would you make a situation comedy about the life of a stand-up comedian? And when he did, even Seinfeld himself had to admit it was a show about nothing. Because what else could it be about? What else is a liberal's life about? And this is the thing. It's not that there aren't conservative comedians, obviously are. And there are conservatives in journalism, there are conservatives in academia, there are conservatives who are leaving out in politics. The difference isn't what we do with our lives. I'm sorry, it's not what we do in our jobs and our careers, it's what we do with our lives. And here you have to give the liberals some credit. Absolutely, we can now agree that in their jobs, liberals do absolutely nothing. But in their personal lives, some liberals have been known to do 2 or 3 times that amount. The liberals' entire life is about nothing, and here's why. Because you and I, we believe in the existence of the better. We believe in a God. We believe in a family. We believe in a country. And therefore, we spend our lives trying to better ourselves. We try to be better citizens. We try to be better in the eyes of God. We try to be God. We try to be better parents. We try to be better. But because liberals don't believe in the better, they spend their lives just trying to be themselves. How difficult can that be? Oh, my, I was just myself. Did you see? The truth is, I am willing to wager that 85% of us in this room have been ourselves from the day we were born. I say 85 because I'm sure we have some Catholics here. Any Catholics? Where am I? Come on, there are Catholics here. And you know what I love about this moment in my show? You guys have no idea what I'm about to say. But whatever it is, if you're really a Catholic, you'll have to forgive me. But you would think that the liberals would love Catholics because you didn't even wait until you were born to be yourself. You were yourselves in the womb. And you would think liberals would love you for that because what is the womb? Basically, it's a liberal paradise. Basically, you're sitting in a hot tub feeding off of somebody else. But liberals don't love the Catholics, do they? They hate the Catholics. And they hate the Protestants. And I do believe, and I hope and I pray that my people are finally starting to get it. First and foremost, the liberals hate the Jews. And I know why the liberals hate the Jews, because the Jews gave us the 10 Commandments. And the liberal looks at the 10 Commandments and says, my God. Well, no, they don't. But they say, if I can't lie, if I can't cheat, if I can't steal, how will I ever be myself? See, liberals hate the Jews because the Jews gave us the Bible. And the liberals were traumatized, just downright traumatized, the first time they opened the Bible and they saw there was an entire book spelled J-O-B. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much. Thank you for having me.
Needs a new coat of paint and a delicate melody. But I say,
Thank you. So that means the world to me. Thank you. I don't know. Things have been kind of crazy around here. I think maybe it's my job to introduce the next act then. All right. I've known Robert Davi forever. He is an incredible talent, an incredible man. We are friends out in Hollywood, so I actually know the man. I also know his talent. And I don't know that there's that much more to say, so please welcome Robert Davi and his band.
I got American